Hi, everyone, and welcome to the U Experience. On our channel this week, we will be discussing the event of the week, which was the Youngstown downtown reopening. I'm Hannah Werle, and I'm here talking with.
Betty Coss.
Thank you for being with me.
No, yeah, of course. So we're down at the OCO Collaborative today to discuss the downtown opening, and that was a really fun event for both of us.
It was, yeah.
It was beautiful to take photos. You took videos.
I did, yeah.
And there were a ton of performers.
There were a ton. People were so happy to be there. They were so excited. They were dancing. They were going to the Oh Wow thing. It was just a lot of fun.
It's really nice to see people downtown in Youngstown again, because as many of you might be familiar with, some of you might not be familiar with, just a few months ago, we had a building explode. It was the Realty building downtown. One person died. It caused a tragic loss of both life in that instance and then also personal belongings, memories, and homes that people lived in. It was a very important building downtown. And this opening was kind of to symbolize that welcome back. We're moving on, but not forgetting, but also trying to help these businesses downtown.
Right. With the explosion downtown, a lot of businesses lost customers. There was a lot of lack of trust. Again, especially with some of the construction that was happening and eventually the demolition. So this was the city of Youngstown's effort to kind of say, hey, everyone, we're back. We're here. Come downtown, patronize our businesses, be a part of this community. Once again, we love having you here. Welcome back. And they did that, I would say, pretty effectively.
Yeah. If you're familiar with the Youngstown clique at all, you'll know that officials were under fire. The city was under fire. It was really tearing the city apart at the seams. And it was really hard for us as students, one, to even navigate around downtown. Everything was closed. Roads were closed. Construction was everywhere. And then there was construction traffic backed up everywhere downtown. Nobody could really navigate it. And to see it reopen and you could walk down the street again, that was beautiful.
Yeah. And the businesses were open. Avalon was open. V2 was open. The Federal was open. Gringo's was open. All of those main Federal Street businesses that people love to frequent, they were all there. They all had outdoor seating area for people to enjoy the concerts and still patronize their businesses. And it looked like everybody was having a lot of fun. And I think that it was a really great opportunity for the businesses in downtown, because they probably got a lot of customers just from that one single event night.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to give a shout out to those businesses, like you mentioned, Avalon, Gringo's, the Federal, V2, because they suffered
a lot,
so much expense loss.
Oh, yeah.
And to see them reopen their doors, and they were trying to open a little bit while that construction was going on, but obviously they were not getting that much profit or revenue gain. But to see residents of Youngstown come from far and wide, as far north as Trumbull County, as south as Columbiana County, to just come downtown and try to help encourage those businesses to be like, hey, we're here. We want to support your business, but we're sorry we couldn't. But now we are. It was beautiful.
Right. And one of the faults of Youngstown for a long time, I think, was that only the people who were in downtown ever went downtown. Especially, I think, over these past few months. And it was really nice to see people who maybe don't live necessarily right there in the downtown area of Youngstown, but people who are from the surrounding communities, the surrounding boroughs, one could say, and seeing them come and celebrate a city that they still love, that they still belong inside of. And hopefully this will signal a change for people to start coming back to businesses downtown, back to bars, back to entertainment, and really be like, okay, it's safe again. We're not worried about anything additionally horrible happening. And really just being back in a part of the community that we all love.
And you mentioned a really good point where it kind of really felt like people who were downtown were enjoying downtown. That's something that we want to change on this platform, is we want to encourage people who maybe aren't familiar with downtown or are YSU students and so close to downtown Youngstown to go participate with those businesses, to go have fun. Like, there's plenty of bars, there's plenty of restaurants, there's plenty of activities and family fun and just fun that you could have either on your own or with a group of individuals to go down and enjoy. And it's right in our backyard, essentially.
Oh, yeah. And I will say, like, this is kind of off topic, but I feel like it relates back. I used to be a tour guide for YSU, and something that the students would ask me all the time is, what's the nightlife like? what's it like, what is there to do? And I felt like I always had to answer, well, YSU holds events, but sometimes college students, especially those who are over 21 or who maybe aren't necessarily as connected to campus but are connected to their community from campus, don't want to go to YSU centered events. And as much as we love YSU and we love the things that the college provides for this area and the amazing events that it holds, it's really nice to have downtown be back open and be able to say to people, well, you can go to Avalon. They have the best pizza in the area. Or you can go to the Mocha House. They have amazing breakfast and you'll be able to find parking, which is not something you've always been able to say. But
parking has always just been a situation in Youngstown, regardless if you're a student, if you're an employee downtown. Right. Parking is just like our piece de resistance of argument. And I think that's a really good point that we can make, is that when you're in college, you're not just on a campus. It's not just Youngstown State University. It's Youngstown State University in the city of Youngstown. Mm-hmm. You have all of these other amazing downtown businesses that you can explore other than just Chick-fil-A and Wendy's that are on your campus. Right. It's this expansive nest of things that you can really visit.
I think that makes I think that there's also a really important point in that, is that Youngstown for a very long time, I don't know how much so anymore with the amount of international students that we're getting, but Youngstown for a very long time was considered a commuter school. Yeah. And I think that made it hard for the commuter students to really build friendships, because unless they were joining like an organization, there was really no reason for them to stay in the area. So having downtown Youngstown be a resource for people, or really any part of Youngstown be a resource for people, so they can be like, man, I have a gap between my classes. Let me go to the Mocha House and grab a piece of cheesecake. Or maybe they just want to hang out and they want a central location for a bunch of friends who are all from different parts of the area to meet up and to go out drinking, or to like go get some dinner, or just spend time together. I think that Youngstown is a really great resource for that, because we have so much and it's right there. And not to take too much of a sharp left turn there, but I think that actually kind of leads me, in my weird train of thought, that kind of leads me into the next part of things, is just the amount of entertainment that we have downtown. Yeah. And about how, no matter what your group is, no matter who you are connecting with, you're finding resources. Maybe you're a science nerd and you can go visit a WOW. I know it's typically marketed for kids, but honestly, if you're a college student and you're going to a WOW, you're having a good time, especially if you're going with friends.
Highly recommend their sensory room. I didn't want to leave there.
Yeah, we were like, it was kind of a little overwhelming downtown because of how busy it was. And we went in there and we were like, wow,
fixed.
This is for us.
Instantly fixed.
Yeah. So
everything wrong in my life, gone.
Yeah, the tornado machine, great for getting rid of sweat.
Yeah, probably not what they were intending to market that towards.
No, but
however, I felt great.
Yeah, and so did that one kid.
That one kid that was in there for like hours. I respected it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also wanted to be like, please, my turn.
Yeah,
but who am I
now? But also, we're adults.
Who am I?
It's terrible.
I'm a 23-year-old obsessed with the tornado machine.
Well,
and if you're like me, you'll enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
I think that kind of wraps up just about everything though that we had with the downtown open. Was there any other final remarks or closings that you had?
Well, no.
Well,
no. No, that kind of ends our conversation a little bit, but I do want to get into our calendar for next week, because the U Experience is thrilled to get into our next events. Starting on October 27th is the Little Shop of Horrors, being held at Hopewell Theater from 2 to 4 p.m. On Monday, October 28th, the open mic night at West Side Bowl will start at 7 p.m. And the Stand Ball Chorus kickoff will be in Bliss Hall from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Tuesday, October 29th.
And then starting on Wednesday, October 30th, there's going to be a Music at Noon performance by a percussion studio in the Butler Institute of American Art. That's going to be at 12 p.m. And then followed by, on Thursday, October 31st, Haunted Karaoke is our Halloween event that we're highlighting. It's going to be hosted at the Octave, which is in downtown Youngstown. Karaoke starts at 7 p.m. And then to kick off the first day of November, we're going to spend some time at the First Fridays event downtown. That's also going to be hosted in the Butler Institute of American Art.
Those looking to do some shopping can go to the Youngstown Flea from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Those interested in a science activity can go to the Ward Beecher Planetarium and see Fall Skywatch from 2 to 3 p.m.
There's going to be a Halloween headlight climbing event hosted by Climb Youngstown. If you're unfamiliar with where they are in downtown Youngstown, they're at 1221 West Western Reserve Road, and they're going to be hosting that event from 5 to 10 p.m.
But thank you for joining us, the U Experience. We look forward to seeing you next week, and have a wonderful
week of events.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys at some of those events, all right? So you don't want to miss out on them. I promise you they're going to be a lot of fun. I know personally I'm going to be down at that First Fridays event downtown Youngstown.
I'm going to be at First Fridays, Youngstown Flea, so I will be happy to go to those. I think I might also go to a planetarium show.